Novel Audio presents Jarek, Dragons of Preor Book 1 by Celia Kyle. Read for you by Todd Mrozek and Mandy Lane.
They called it knowing. When young, Jarek had always scoffed at such a thing. A knowing. The idea was absurd. The masters and teachers heard his words and clucked their tongues, shaking heads and ruffling wings, clear signs they pitied him for his ignorance. Then he'd lived year to year, watching his friends and peers experience their own knowing. Such as when Evuklar stopped in mid-flight, halfway between Atu and Derilia, above the scoria forests. He'd pulled his wings tightly to his body, released a bellowing, fire-tainted roar, and performed an aerial maneuver their masters never taught, diving into the trees. Later, after Evuklar saved his new mate from a group of scores chasing her, he explained the dragon in his heart had stolen all control. That was part of the knowing. The recognition of their mates and subsequent tie of their minds. The rest was the gift of unerring knowledge of all that came before their lives. The collective history of their race, blood history, was open to them. It was large, vast, and heavy, Evuklar said. Something that could only be endured with a mate at his side to help shoulder the burden. Jarek stopped doubting them. No, there were no doubts, but envy was now his constant companion. Even 422 years later, the burn of envy filled his veins. He pushed the emotion down, unwilling to let it overpower him. If he allowed his emotions to rule his body, well, they might as well send him off on his final flight now and not wait until the madness of loneliness stole his mind. An out-of-control Preor was a dead Preor. Not because he'd kill himself, but because others would carry out the task for the good of all. Emotional instability was never good for a 200-ton dragon.